instant thoughts. What'd you make of that?
It was good. We got a lot of guys reps, especially later in the scrimmage. Got a lot of young guys, new guys, a ton of reps, see what they can do, who can help us, who can't. So I thought it was great from that perspective. Saw plays being made on both sides of the ball. Malik had some really nice throws. Eddie had a great catch in the end zone. Things we need to see on game day, so it was great.
He's going to kind of be the belle of the ball today, but talk about Eddie Freauff and what he's done this camp.
Well, yeah, just his improvement from where he was in spring to now is night and day. Just his maturity, his understanding of the offense, and then his playmaking.
When we talked to Coach Cabber in the week, he said one of the best things for the offensive line is to go up against your defense. And today we saw that you guys had some, different blitz looks, those kind of things. How do you feel like the defense got after that unit today?
Yeah, I think we applied some pressure, especially when we needed to. Executed the movement pretty well for the most part. And that's what you got to do. When you move, it's got to be something that helps you and attacks the offense. And that's really discipline in your aiming points and making sure, because just like we talk about on offense, you got to make teams that move be a liability for them. So we got to make sure we're on point, and I thought they were for the most part today.
Putting on your linebacker coach hat for a second, you lost both of your starting inside backers, Dexter and Rajon rolling out there. Where do you see them and their progress in camp, getting ready to go for week 1?
I feel really good. I probably feel as good about this position as I did in probably 22. With the depth at that position and the talent at that position. Dexter's had an unbelievable camp. And then Ray's come in and done a great job, and then Aiden and Micaiah have played really well, and then Cord's done a lot of good things as well. And then so they're kind of battling for who's that next guy in, and that's why they got a ton of reps today where Dexter and Ray didn't get as many. Kind of who's that next guy in, and they're still competing to take that other starting spot. So constant competition, but I feel good about that position.
What does Rajon bring in terms of experience from USC as he comes in?
Yeah, I think experience. He's a graduate transfer, so an older guy with more experience. At SC with Coach Lynn, they're very similar kind of style to how we play. So the transition was pretty good, and he's done a nice job executing what we've asked him to do.
Khalil Tucker with some PBUs there, obviously Mason with the interception. What do you make of the DBs right now? What do you see out of them?
Yeah, they're playing at a high level. I think Jalil's playing extremely well. And then, guys are making plays. Obviously, Skylar's been there for forever and is as accountable as you can be. So I feel good about how they're playing right now.
We've seen Tyreek Blake repping a lot with the inside linebackers with your group. What kind of led to that position change?
It kind of in the spring where we were depth-wise, we had to move him from edge to there, and then that's kind of where he was before we moved him to edge. But his ability to play both only helps him.
How did you guys originally identify Eddie when you guys were initially scouting?
Yeah, it's big, tall, long athlete is where it started, right? He could play something for us. And then Coach Fentz just did a great job digging into who he was, his work ethic, his character, all those things, and that was kind of how it started.
And TJ Crandall, obviously, any update you can provide there as far as his status?
No, not that I could say, just, but he's down right now, and guys have to step up in his place.
Similarly, we haven't seen Amarian York at practice recently. Is he still with the program?
He is. He's dealing with some stuff, and then we'll kind of see where it all ends up.
Injury off the field?
I can't say.
Do you use this scrimmage then with all the different guys? Is this where you really sit down now and start evaluating kind of who's going to be in that 1 and 2 group and who might?
Yeah, for sure. This was kind of the first audition to build their resume. They've had 9 really good practices to this point, right? Live bullets today, tackling, getting guys on the ground, executing right, as we're moving the ball and when it counts. So this will be we'll reshuffle the depth chart for sure after this one. Then they got one more week, another audition next Saturday, and then we're on the cow.
Any real big surprises other than maybe Eddie? Positive surprises.
Well, yeah, there's been quite a bit of positive surprises. I think on the defensive side of the ball, Jalil, the way he's played, for sure. I think up front, Tavita's playing really well and moving really well, having lost the weight he needed to lose. Thomas Collins is playing really well. I think on the edges, Kai Wallens playing extremely well. Nico's, again, back. We know he's solid. On the offensive side of the ball, freshman-wise, Corday Glass has done really good stuff. He's competing to play for us this year. Marquise Crosby has come in and done a great job. So those are kind of the big surprises. We didn't know what we had before we moved into this thing. Yep.
Your guys' defensive back philosophy has been 5 best guys on the field, kind of with some of those first-team reps. It's been Skylar, Jaheim, and Tyrese out there. long guys, big tall guys. What do you like about that three and kind of that rotation?
Yeah, I think you just said it. Their length. That's always been something that we've had, and has been we like it. Length can cover up a lot of things, but then not only do they have length, they can run, and they're athletic. So that combination can be really, really good for a defense.
Anything else? Thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you.
Side, what's your biggest takeaway from that?
Some really good stuff. Some guys made plays. I thought it got better as it went. A little sloppy early on. Just having trouble finishing. A little bit of decision making here and there with quarterbacks, but certainly improved over time. I like to see that they fought back. They didn't just sit in it, and they flipped the script, and that was pretty good. So we got a lot to work on, but I'm pleased with guys are showing that they can make plays out there.
Being a big camp for Eddie Freauff so far, just wondering, what you've seen, and then, what you can say about the person. Yeah,
I think for those of us that have been here with him for the last, year now, just how much better he's gotten. We all knew he was a pretty raw player to start with, but he's worked at it. He's obviously a pretty impressive guy physically. He's learned how to control his body and finish. It's just cool to see those guys that work at it, and it's starting to come to fruition for him.
The touchdown to Freauff showed light touch by Malik. We know he can throw deep. That's his big calling card.
Yeah.
But is he pretty consistent too with the light stuff?
He's a really good touch thrower. I don't think you're going to see him a lot of time really zipping it in. He has the ability to do it, but he's a great touch passer. He was actually supposed to hand that ball off. We're going to have to deal with that a little bit with Malik. He likes to throw it, but it was an unbelievable throw, unbelievable catch. Like to see it down there. And we've also pushed these guys to attack. I want them to have an attacking mindset and not just always adjust to what the defense does. So I like that part of it. We always want to be process-based and not just results-based. So we're going to talk about it and say, hey, this look. Actually, we probably don't need to talk about it, because when he came off, I said, that was a run. And he said, I know. It's all right. We'll deal with it.
Coach, what have you seen in terms of growth from the offensive line first couple weeks? Obviously still a work in progress, still getting some guys back, but what have you seen so far?
Yeah, I think you kind of hit it on the head there. There's some guys that we'll be playing with on Saturdays that aren't necessarily out there right now. Very rarely do you play with 5 all year, so we're going to have to develop that depth. Those guys have to go in there and fail. They have to do it wrong and get coached, and you guys know they're going to get coached, and they're going to get coached hard. You're seeing growth. You're seeing guys don't play fast until they really trust what they're doing and know what they're doing and know that they know what they're doing. Starting to see that with some of them. And it's that no position in football is more developmental than up front. So I like where we're at. We got a ways to go.
Do you sleep better at night knowing that Coach Cav is the guy coaching him?
I do, because I know that he's going to coach them hard and love them hard, and he's very much a process guy, and it's never going to be good enough. And that's kind of how I work too, and that's how we want it. And those guys will get better for it.
With the tight end group that you've got, Riley and Cooper working their way in alongside Bryce, what do you like about that group, and where do you see with them right now?
Football or offense is very much who the best 11 are. You prove that you can be on the field or not. We don't just get into personnel sets to get into them for fun. You got to show that you're a playmaker and you can do things. Those two have had a great camp. Cooper, my first year here, had struggled with some injuries, and it's good to see him healthy. It's good to get Riley in. He's getting more confident in what we're doing. We've got a deep room there. There's a lot of guys that can play. So we need to get them on the field. But whoever the best 11 are is who we're going to try to get out there. And I'm really happy with where that room is at right now.
This was an opportunity to see the backs behind Hank more today. Just what are you seeing from that group in the competition to get reps?
I think it was a position where we, needed to figure out what we had. Been a pleasant surprise. We're very deep in that room right now. There's a lot of guys that will play. They'll contribute on special teams. Obviously, Hank is a proven commodity, but we've talked about it in our room that Hank was when Hank had Jam with him, he was a much better football player. Not that he wasn't good at the end of the year, but it's hard to take 30 carries a game and be good the next week. We want Hank to be the best Hank, and those other guys need to fit in where they can, and we're going to use them all. They've all got kind of different skill sets, but I think you saw some really special stuff. Obviously, Salah showed his speed today and broke a big one. Those other guys have some different abilities there that I'm really happy with where we're at right now.
Salah obviously got kind of pressed into playing time last year as a true freshman, just with Jam's injury.
Yeah.
How have you seen him evolve the most going into year 2?
I think he's just more confident in what he's doing. I mean, I sound like a broken record on it, but when you know what you're doing, you have the ability to play faster. When you are second guessing your first thought that comes to your mind, you play slow. We want these guys going 100 miles an hour regardless of what the decision they make before the snap is. So I think you just see the progression and maturity of being able to play faster. And Coach Pick's given them some really simple rules to play by, and starting to see that happen more and more in practice. That was easy. Thank you, guys.
Run. Yeah. You know, how are you feeling?
Pretty good. A lot of my teammates were like, "It looks like you were jogging and stuff like that." I beg to differ. Putting on some weight, it took a little bit more effort. But no, it was good to get out there and run. Hadn't been like that. I don't think I touched 20 in a while, so good to know I still got it. But yeah.
How do you feel with the new weight?
It's definitely a learning curve, you know, as far as just like going through drills and stuff like that, making sure like your room for error is a lot smaller, you know, the more weight you have, because those small mistakes can just cost you. As far as, you know, if you have 230 going this way and you're trying to get it back over there, then it takes more effort than when I was 195 in high school. So, but it's fun. It's a good experience. You know, I get to run through guys. Pass pro is a lot better. So yeah, we'll see how it goes during the season with it.
Coach Gunderson said that Coach Pickering is going to use some easier rules to kind of play by, or some things to lean on. Can you share with us what that is?
His words is like, he likes sound bites. So as far as like pass pro, tight hands, tight elbows, you know, simple stuff like that. In our pass pro, just like triangle +1. Because, you know, like last year it was different. You know, I was a younger guy, didn't really understand it as much, so kind of underpick those simple phrases and those sound bites. I'm able to be like, okay, this is what it is. Even if it's 4th and 1, 30,000 people in the stands, you know, I'm able to be like, okay, tight hands, tight elbows, triangle +1, I'm able to play a lot faster. So that's definitely been a big help.
Last fall, the pass pro stuff was, you know, something that coaches brought up often.
Yeah.
Talking about you and Cornell.
Yeah.
You know, you mentioned it twice yourself here. How much pride do you take in that now?
A lot of pride, you know, because that's what's going to take me to the next level. You know, the NFL is obviously a big passing league now, so that's really going to be your moneymaker. You know, you got to really be an expert at it, because you're going to be sitting in that office and they're going to know, like, what do you know about this before we all can run the ball, but can you see what the quarterback can see, because you're standing right next to him. So those are things like we just got to make sure we take pride in, make sure that we're experts in, and just keep getting better at it.
How does this offense feel different than last year in your experience?
Well, as a huddle offense, you know, I think you're able to kind of take a deep breath and be like, okay, this is what we're trying to do. In high school, it was tempo offense. Last year, we were tempo offense. And, you know, we were able to go, and stuff like that. But I think the simplicity of it and just how slow it is will kind of let you be like, okay. It helps you understand what we're trying to do, just as far as running the ball, passing the ball, 2-minute situations, 4-minute situations, stuff like that. And so this offense definitely has some advantages to it. And
more balance in your eyes?
Yeah, I agree. Especially with Malik, you know, him being able to throw it out there 60 yards, you're able to be like, okay, you know, we got a few options, open up the defense. And then even if we're grounding and pounding, you know, Malik can just throw it out there when they want to close down. So we got a lot of options.
You took some reps on kickoff return today. Do you like that? You looking forward to that opportunity?
Yeah, I remember last year I took a few out against San Jose State. So that was pretty fun. Definitely something I'm willing to take pride in. Special teams is also something that's major in the league. You know, that's really how guys stay. And so that's something that all of us young guys gotta be able to take pride in and be able to understand and embrace, you know. So yeah.
How much have you seen the defense improvement this year, like in practice, compared to maybe going against the defense in practice a year ago?
Bray, Bray's a madman. Bray got him turned up. I remember in PRPs just this summer, it's shadow tempo, but after that first rack, it just turns into full speed, like we got pads on. A lot more relentless, a lot more. They just attack. But even when they're trying to play mild, they do it very detailed. I mean, y'all know Bray. Y'all can imagine what those meetings are like, even with team meetings. So, my belief is in Bray all the way. I don't really have to question the defense. I know they're gonna do their part. And again, like Bray got everybody turning loose right now. So, yeah.
What are you most excited about heading into the season?
I mean, what we can be, the potential. Even last year, like as a young guy, you obviously have these inflated views and stuff like that, but like this year, you just kind of really believe it, that we can be something great. Yesterday, we had unity meetings, and one thing I shared from high school was my coach always said total relentless effort. And I feel like if we play with total relentless effort this year, we'll be able to go far. I think we have what every other team has, and I think we have stuff that other teams don't that can take us real far this year. So that's really what I'm looking forward to, that like us getting close or reaching that potential.
Thank you.
Thanks,
What's this camp been like for you? Just performing as you have and getting a chance.
This camp has really been my first opportunity to get on the field, play to the best of my abilities. Last camp I had a bunch of injuries, so I was fighting injuries, so I didn't get to really play or get any reps. This camp, coaches put me in a bunch of great positions to get reps, plays, and I've been able to capitalize on those. So it's been a good camp.
Can you talk about the catch from Malik in the corner of the end zone? That was apparently supposed to be a run play, but you still pulled it down.
It was Coach Gundy called a play where the quarterback has an option to give me a little fade ball. So me and Malik, we've been working on go balls in the off season, so he trusted me. I gave the cornerback a good release. I was open, Malik trusted me, and I just went up and made the play. So it was a team effort. The line did his job, quarterback did his job, and I just happened to be the guy to finish it.
Yeah. Well, what do you find yourself learning over the last year that have been the biggest, some of the biggest things? There's a lot of things, I'm sure.
I've learned so much. I came from a small school. I love my coaches back at home, but the football knowledge from there to here is just completely different on a new level. So I've learned defense, how to read defenses. I've learned how to read offenses and run routes depending on leverages of corners. There's a lot. The playbook is deep, so there's a lot I've learned over
Because
my
Cook
time.
County, you probably could just get by in your athletic
Exactly. Cook County, I just got by being the best athlete. I didn't have to really be smart up here, but over here, you gotta be smart up here and be an athlete. So I've learned a lot. It's too much to really even say.
How has Coach McCann been?
Coach McCann's been great. He believes in all the receivers, and he truly helps each and every one of us learn the plays, tell us what we need to work on. And for me personally, he's told me that, and I've worked on that over this off season to become the best player I can. And I still got a whole long ways to go. So Coach McCann is just that coach that I've needed to bring me out of my comfort zone, finally play into who I really am.
Were you able to stay in town over the summer and be part of that quarterback, wide receiver workout group we've heard so much about?
Yeah. That's where a lot of my growth has came from, by joining Malik, Bari, and Colin, and then later Tristan when he came in the summer. I've been able to develop my hands, my eyes, and my route running, and it's been great. Love you, Malik.
What does that mean to you when guys walk by and
it's just encouraging, man. It just shows that your work has been paying off. Because we work out a lot. Sometimes people don't see the labor, and it's encouraging for teammates. Hey, you've been working, man. Keep going. It's just a boost and confidence, really. And it's just great to see because people believe in you now. So yeah, it's great.
Did you think there was a world in which you'd be standing here today talking to us in this fall camp?
I want to say yes, but I also don't know because in this fall camp, I knew what I wanted, and I didn't know how I was gonna get there. This is just the way it's played out, so I'm just happy to be here. I just knew I was gonna do better than I did last year, and that's what I was doing. So,
do you feel like you've fallen more in love with the game over the years, especially now that you're at the college level?
I've fallen more in love with it because I've learned more about it. I didn't when I first got here, I just liked football. I didn't really know the ins and outs of it, but as the time has gone on, or my time here, I've learned more, and that's what got me to love it even more. So, and that's from the help of Coach McCain teaching me the different routes, schemes, and all the ins and outs, and that part of it and the film watching has made me love the game a whole lot more.
And probably being around this group too, I would
exactly,
imagine. Just
yeah.
the friendships,
the friendship, the team camaraderie. Everybody's like a family here, so it's great. It's a very great environment to be in.
Is there something you feel like you need to continue to work on if you're actually going to get on the field this fall?
There's a lot I need to work on. I need to stay mentally sharp. I need to learn how to read defenses better. That's always an area of improvement for me. And I need to just always play big, because I'm a big body receiver. I need to always play big, and part of that is just getting reps, because I got injured my senior year, so I haven't played football for a long time. I'm finally getting back into it. So just more reps, more film, more time with Coach Pat, and I think that's how I'm gonna improve. And of course, off-season work. I could always work on my routes. There's a lot of small details I could work on, but I definitely have a lot more to grow.
Are there NFL guys that you study, that you look at, that you want to sort of?
I love watching Jalen Brown play. He's a bigger body receiver, so I like thinking of how he does things. Is eventually how I want to be able to do things. So he's one of my favorite receivers to watch, and one of just my favorite receivers at all. Another one when I was growing up was Julio Jones. I need to learn how to just go up there and get the ball like he did. If I could do that, I could make a great career out of this. So Julio Jones and overall, and then Jalen Brown right now. Yeah.
Yesterday you made a catch on the sideline where Trey had pretty good coverage on you, and you kind of boxed him out and made the catch on the sideline. Do you think that is an illustration of the kind of thing you can bring to this offense?
Yeah, exactly. Just a big body receiver that could play through contact and make that catch that's not always easy to make. If I could consistently do that, the coaches would trust me more to put me in spots like that to make those plays. So plays like that are showing the coaches that I can be that. I just not gotta do it consistently enough to them so they could believe in me to keep doing it.
Thanks, Eddie.
Great, thank you.
Do you evaluate the way you've developed in fall camp so far?
Pretty good. I end up moving positions, playing safety now, so just understanding the defense and just learning, and then keep it rolling.
Have you had experience in that position before?
Oh yes, I played safety before I moved to corner.
How much of an advantage is it? It's kind of the philosophy here at Oregon State that you know how to play all three defensive back positions. How does that help you then prepare?
Just more understanding. I know what everybody has to do now, so now I'm just playing fast and just effortlessly.
Your evaluation of the defense, and how they've developed and performed over these last couple of weeks as things have started.
I think it started pretty good. We started a lot of meetings and just in our own DB room, so just getting ahead. So when we come out here, play fast, physical.
It seems like you guys, from the jump, that was something that we saw. The physicality, the speed, the intensity. I'm wondering, where that comes from.
Just the energy. That's just the team rules. So, we just start fast, play fast, be physical.
Does Bray bring some of that energy?
Yeah, always.
What for people who on the outside who might not know what type of coach Bray is and how he brings that type of intensity, what are examples of that?
Just official visits, or just our meetings as a unit. Just when he presents, it's just intensity. You could kind of feel it, and you're ready to go, right then and there. It doesn't matter who it is, whether you're a player or a coach. Everybody's ready to go.
It seems like the defensive secondary might be the deepest group on the team this season. Do you feel that? You just look around, you've got a bunch of bodies that the coaches trust to put on the field.
Yeah, we're definitely deep, and like just because we work together, like a lot of guys, we're allowed to move around, play some nickel, play some corner, so it is deep, but it's really fun though, because now you get to play around with everybody and just go full speed.
So as part of the safety group, it seems like they're having the safeties spend some time at the nickel spot in the slot. How does that work for you?
Yeah, it works perfectly, just because like we're also making calls at safety. So like when we're at nickel, it'll be the same thing realistically. So like there's just no problem. You should be able to like move around and play in the nickel or play safety, because like it just all ties in together.
Speaking of person yelling at you, just what is Skylar's leadership like for the guys in the back end?
Oh, it's great. He's always been like a great leader. Just he started off like all the new guys, get them under their wing and just get it going. Whether it's extra time off the field or just on Saturdays we come work out. Like it's great.
Talk a little bit about your pick. Did you think you were going to be able to get by Bari?
Oh yeah, I was just slowing down. I don't know if he was running or not. So like I was just slowing down just to play through, but yeah, he caught me at the end.
Just right place, right time, or was you kind of just like knew that play was coming? Take us through just the interception itself.
More so, we just I kind of knew it was coming. Like we had a call out there, so it was just like route recognition. I seen an over coming, so I was just thinking of Diggs coming right after. So just playing through the windows.
Anything else? Thanks, Mason.
Thanks, Mason.